What's going on in Del Sur right now? Things are pretty balanced as far as real estate goes, as far as I can see. Hang out with me and I will explain what's happening. Today is May 7th, 2024, and this is a Del Sur real estate update. If you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, comment, tell us where you're watching from and what zip code, area of a zip code, or community you would like to see us do next. This video is the result of a special request by somebody who said, hey, why don't you cover 4S Ranch in Del Sur? Well, we've been covering 4S Ranch, and I had thought about lumping Del Sur in, but then I didn't think that was quite right. So I got in here, dialed in the boundary that I believe encompasses all of Del Sur and not any of the adjacent, even more expensive property. If you think I got the boundary wrong, let me know. But we think the people of Del Sur and the people of 4S Ranch will appreciate having the finer detail of their communities individually. So let's check it out. Right now, there are 39 total properties on the map. One of them coming soon here on Old Stonefield Chase there at 1.125, that sweet entry-level spot for Del Sur. And then we have 13 active, 14 pending, and 11 sold in the last 30 days. So, I mean, we are just balanced out here. The properties are hitting the market, and they're going pending, and they're selling. So 30 days from now, we should see a couple more, but very balanced, and certainly a seller's market like everywhere else, but not wildly out of balance like we've seen in some communities. Looking at the active properties, there are a couple here in Avante that have been on for a while, and generally that's just all about the price. Looking at pendings, oh my goodness, there's only two here that are over, well, there's three that are over 3 weeks, and that is well below, on average here, well below the county average. We'll get into that in just a minute. 11 sold in the last 30 days, and wow, look at the market times on those. Every single one of them under 2 weeks. Things are really screaming fast when you price it well. And if you put something just a little bit too high right now, you would be amazed at how the buyers will ignore you. If you price something just below where you think it should be, magical things happen. But when you're just a little overpriced right now, it is just such a rate sensitive, price sensitive market, even though it's a strong seller's market. And these are just the things you notice and learn and get with experience. We've been selling homes for more than 20 years, and I've got enough stories in the memory bank here that I can pretty much illustrate whatever point I am making. So let's jump over, check out the long-term trends in Del Sur, going all the way back to January of 21, median at 989, and then we fast forward here to 2022. May of 2022 is actually, well, sort of a high point before it went down a little bit, but really it looks like in 2022 the high point was in July, which is unusual because most other communities were on the way down at that point, and it did go down. But in July, 2.425 million, that's 2022, and then bottoming out again at 975 in February of 2023. Now, we're not looking at a ton of data points here. As you see, it's a fairly small area, and we're talking, 11, less than 20 sales a month, probably somewhere between 10 and 20 sales a month. So not a lot of data points, which is why you get this wild up and down. But if you look by and large, you will see, sort of a pattern emerging, 2.6 million, then down to 1.4, up here to 2.2. It seems like if you drew a trend line through all of this, your median would be, roughly in the 2.2 range. And now here we sit, April of 2024 at 2.35 million, up from March, which a lot of communities you're seeing it down from March. So, San Diego County up a little bit from February to March, or March to April, I'm sorry. So anyway, Currently sitting here way, way, way above the county median. And when you look at percent of original list price to close price, it's really, really similar to the rest of the county, and it's no wonder because this is all about where interest rates are, at least where they were, and when they really started to change in the middle of 2022. As soon as those rates jumped from the threes into the 5, 6, 7%, what buyers were willing to pay for a property went down rapidly. Peaking in Del Sur at 111.1% on average above original list price. That's what sellers were getting. And then all the way down here in March of 23, down to 94.5% of original list price. So it wasn't a very long trip from here to here. So when people say they're going to hang on, they're going to wait to sell, I never think that's a good idea because things can change so rapidly. How much happier would you have been at 11.1% over versus 94.5% of your list price? And the median price went down to boot. So things can get ugly in a hurry in Southern California real estate. We don't have really nice, smooth curves. It's generally a jagged ups and downs that occur. The shifts usually happen relatively quickly. Anyway, here we are now at 104% of original list price. So not nearly as exuberant as things were in the spring and early summer of 22. Still good, but buyers are not going as crazy as they were. Looking at market times, Del Sur currently at 14 days. Can't beat that. County median or county average 26 days. So Del Sur is way out in front in terms of that, and it's pretty consistent with what's happening in Forest Ranch in terms of market time. So it doesn't take long to get something sold if it's priced properly, and if you price it properly, you're going to wind up here versus down here. So keep that in mind. All right, that's what's happening in Del Sur. Like, share, subscribe, comment. We'll be back with more updates. San Diego County update on Thursday for sure. And who knows what else. So stay tuned. We'll talk to you soon.